Hello, everybody. So, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Socratic method. You guys have probably already heard of this before, probably not, but I'm just going to be explaining the essence of the Socratic method. Okay, what does the Socratic method entail? Okay, so if we're going to look at the root word of Socratic, we will get the name of the philosopher that this method was based upon, and that would be the almighty Socrates. Okay, let me just do something real quick. Okay, that will be Socrates, and that is the picture that we have here. This is a picture of Socrates. Okay, and Socrates was basically this classical Greek philosopher who lived around 400 BCE. Okay, and he developed this method with his interlocutors. And what we mean by interlocutors, okay? He developed this method with the people who he talks with, okay? Let's just draw a little Socrates here. Okay? Excuse my drawing. Hold on. So whenever Socrates debates with somebody, he would use this method in order to find the contradictions, the hidden assumptions, and in order to challenge the worldview or the viewpoint of the person that he's debating with or he's having a discussion with. Okay, so we could assume that this is Socrates, a man with a beard, and he's a philosopher. And how the Socratic method worked was that someone would say something or would express their own opinion. Let's say um, the person he's talking to says that he hates hot dogs, for just an example, of course. Socrates would ask, why? Why do you hate them? Why do you hate hot dogs? And if they answer, okay, blah blah blah, Socrates would then ask another question. Okay? And the person that he's discussing with will say another thing to the question, and Socrates will ask another question. And this just keeps going on and on and on and on and on until the person, okay? The person he's discussing with is left thinking to himself. Okay? He just keeps asking and asking and asking a question until the person he's discussing something with has no idea what to think or what to answer anymore. And that's the primary goal. Okay? That's the primary goal of Socratic method, and enables us to see the gaps in our knowledge, our limitations, and where we hold potentially false assumptions in our own beliefs or in anything really, in any topic. Of course, the Socratic method has its own, okay, limitations. But throughout history, ever since this method was developed by Socrates. The people who have been involved in the Socratic method, who have fundamentally used this Socratic method, found it to be effective in order to find hidden assumptions in other people's argument, or in order to find good reasonings, okay, in order to find good reasoning in their own arguments, okay. So throughout history, okay, let's just state some historical background, okay. Ever since the Socratic method was discovered, it was used for a movement called scholasticism. And this movement basically aimed to interconnect or to connect, okay, Christian theology. Let's just put a symbol here, the cross. Christian theology with dialectical reasoning. Okay? And what we mean by dialectical reasoning is basically fundamentally based on the Socratic method, okay? It's reasoning that is based on the Socratic method. And throughout history, it was used in scholasticism that aimed to connect Christian theology with dialectical reasoning, okay? In order to, in my own understanding, justify the theology, okay? The Christianity as a whole, I believe. And it was also used in the Enlightenment period. By some thinkers, okay? By some thinkers that were prominent in the Enlightenment period. The Socratic method was also used in the Enlightenment period. And in modern times as well, okay? Up until the modern times, okay? The Socratic method was used from the very time that it was developed to our time today, okay? The Socratic method is used in many disciplines, okay? Disciplines such as law, okay? And other things. So that's basically a short, brief introduction on the Socratic method. If you learned anything from today, please don't be shy to give any feedback on the comment section. Please subscribe if you liked it. Please give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, please give me your reasons, okay? So, thank you for watching. This is the Socratic method. I hope you learned something substantial for today. Thank you very much for listening. It's me, Rich Andre, and I'll see you in another video.